Hey there, how y'all doing? Well, it's knife time. I've got one here that I'm really excited about, and I just had to had to do a video on it. And of course, as the header on my video showed, it's the Kershaw Thermite. Rick Hinderer introduced this knife himself at the 2013 SHOT Show here in Atlanta, and they were taking pre-orders for them, and I put one down, and man, as a matter of fact, I forgot about it. It's been so long ago, but it came in one day last week, and I've been using it, and I am just really impressed with it. It's the Thermite 3880. Matter of fact, it's so new that not everybody's got one of these yet. Great knife. And look at the back of this thing right here. That's a stainless steel frame lock. Of course, if it was titanium, it wouldn't be a $35 or $40 knife, it'd be a $200 knife. But I just give you a little bit of specifics on this thing. Man, I love this thing right here. It's got a overall length of 8.375 inches. It's got a 3.5-inch blade. It's made out of 8CR13 MOV. That's pretty good steel. Spyderco uses that a lot, and Kershaw uses it, of course. But it's basically the same thing as Auss-8, and it's a good steel. It's easy to sharpen, and you can really put a good edge on this thing. One thing I was puzzled about is Kershaw. They advertise this thing as a Tanto style blade, and it's not like any Tantos I've ever seen, because you got the curve coming up here. But Rick Hinderer calls this a spanto blade, and the reason for that, I'll see if I don't know if my camera will do it or not, but see how she comes down through here, and it gets a little bit thicker right here. And I want to see if you can see, it's hollow ground right here, but when you get out to the very tip, it's flat ground, and you can see the difference in the metal. You see the difference there. This is a flat grind right here on that portion of it, and that is supposed to make the tip really stronger. But you can see how it comes down, and it just reinforces the tip. But Rick Hinderer calls it a spanto blade, and it works for me. Of course, it's a speed safe. It's a spring assist. It got the speed safe opener in it, and I'm glad Kershaw did this. I don't know if my camera's going to pick this up or not, but that is a stone wash on this blade. It's not bead blast like they usually do, and it makes it look much better to me. And on the reverse side, the stainless steel is even stone washed. That is a handsome knife right there, and you can tell it's got the Rick Hinderer influence, like he does in some of his zero tolerances and the XM knives he makes. This is probably the closest I'll ever get to getting one of Rick Hinderer's full size that he makes. It was I think I got this for, I think $35, I believe it was, when they first took the orders out. But I am just tickled to death with it. It's got a plain edge, and the handle on this thing is 4.875 inches, and it's G10. And they've got this little design in here. It's G10 also, from what I understand. It kind of looks like, to me, it looks like it's hockey pucks facing away from each other, or it could be a golf club, but it's really neat. This thing in your hand, I cannot tell you how good it feels. Man. And with the flipper, you can use that as the choil there. This thing feels so good in your hand. Man. Rick Hinderer was handling it down at the SHOT Show, and I remember him saying that, and I thought, man, he is right. This thing feels very good in the hand, and it's a frame lock, and the lockup on this is really good. I'm sitting right at about, I say, 45% lock up. About 45%. The model on it is called the 3880. And of course, the origin of it is in China. Which I don't have a problem with that. I like to buy USA knives, but you know, for this price here, you can't beat it. One thing, a lot of people that I've seen on this backspacer here, some of them are saying that it's G10, some of them are saying it's plastic, but I watched a video that Sherman 614 did. He took the knife, he actually took it apart, and this thing is aluminum. Because when he was taking the knife apart, he dropped it and that thing clang, clang. You can hear it hitting on the table. And here's something they've done. They've got the 4-way reversible pocket clip. You can put it tip up, tip down, left hand or right hand. And some of the videos that I watched on some of the few people that had one of these, all these knives came tip down. And I was watching these videos before I got my knife, and they were saying how they had a problem with they were stripping the threads trying to get it out and switch around to tip up. And from what I understand, Kershaw had a batch of them that got out where they actually used the red or the clear Loctite instead of the blue 242. The blue 242, you can heat it up and it turns back to liquid. You can unscrew it, but mine came off easy. I did not have a single problem with that. This thing weighs 4.9 ounces, and a lot of people say that's too heavy for them, but weight is not a problem for me. But as big as this knife is, it doesn't feel that big. Let me see if I can give you. Here's the, of course, I had to get one of these. I got the Cryo 1, I call it. It's the original Cryo, and it's the Rick Hinderer design also, and it's a frame lock. But this little thing right here weighs 4 ounces, and the Thermite only weighs 4.9. But look at the difference in those sizes of the knife, man. This is a chunk. To be a small knife, you can tell it's got some heft to it, but it weighs 4 ounces, and this only weighs 4.9, but it does not feel that heavy in hand. That's a big knife. And this came absolutely, let me get this out of the way, absolutely no blade play. Side to side, up or down. This thing is solid as a rock. I mean, there is no blade play. Man, I love getting a knife when it comes that way. And in addition to having the flipper, you can also use the thumb studs, and it comes open just as easy and just as fast using the thumb studs. And I like that about it. To give you a little size comparison, here's the Endura 4. And everybody knows, familiar with an Endura 4. They are basically the same thing. I think the Endura 4 is just a smidgen longer, and here it is compared to the Paramilitary 2. It's the Paramilitary 2 just about just a little less than a ½ inch shorter. And getting back to the weight of this thing, the 4.9 doesn't bother me. Like I said, the Cryo 1, this thing weighs 4 ounces. Well, for a long time, for over a year, going on 2 years, I carried this Ontario Rat 1, and that thing weighs 5 ounces. And the my Zero Tolerance 0350, this thing weighs 5.8 ounces. But it's a lot thicker knife than the Thermite is. Of course, you can see how thick it is in the middle. Well, this, not only is it thin this way, it's thin this way. And I have been carrying this every day since I got it last week, and I am really, really impressed with it. I think, just my opinion, I think this is going to be the Cryo 2 killer. They're getting ready to release the Cryo 2. Some people have already got it, but that thing weighs 5.5 ounces, and this little one only weighs 4 ounces. But there she is, man. This is a beautiful, beautiful knife. I am just really, really pleased with it. Well, that's my Kershaw Thermite I wanted to do for you folks. So I appreciate you guys watching, and see you later. Appreciate it.